Hi friends, my name is Kara and I am super excited to be here today and explain to you this Thank You Notes project. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself, seeing as I am not your normal teacher. I go to Fishers High School and I'm a junior, meaning I'm in 11th grade. When I was your age, I went to Sand Creek Elementary, then Sand Creek Intermediate, and Fishers Junior High. Some things that I love to do for fun are bike, read, dance, and do community service. Now, I would like to introduce my other friend who's going to be helping us work through this project today.
Hi guys, I'm Isabella, and I'm also a junior at Fishers, just like Kara, which means I'm also in 11th grade. When I was your guys' age, I went to Cumberland Road Elementary School, and then for 5th grade, I went to Sand Creek Intermediate, and 6th through 8th grade, I went to Riverside. Some of the hobbies I really enjoy bike riding, I love the theater, and I love going to see movies, especially Marvel movies, and I've been having so much fun with my brothers over quarantine this week.
Now, a very important part of this project is making sure that you have a good video. I have a few tips and tricks to help you figure out how to make your video the absolute best it can be. First of all, you want to try to find a quiet environment. If you don't have a quiet room in your house, that's okay, but if you do, you can try to go there. You want to make sure there's no music playing in the background, or you're not trying to talk to a sibling, because that can make it distracting for the person trying to watch your video. Next, you want to make sure that your volume is nice and clear. You don't want to be too loud, because then no one's going to want to listen to your video, or if you're too quiet, no one's going to be able to hear you. So you want to make sure that you're talking clearly and loudly, but that you're not yelling at the camera. Additionally, you want to make sure a good distance from whatever you're using to film. I would recommend using an iPad, since that's what you have to use for school. You want to make sure that you're not too far away to where you can't really be seen in focus in the camera, or not too close so that the camera can't really get you at all. My favorite way to film is to try to find a table or a chair to set your iPad up on. That way you have your hands free while you're talking so that you can use them if you want to hold up a paper or just use your hands when you're speaking. Additionally, you'll want to make sure that you aren't talking too long or too short. If you're using one of our sample notes that we've provided for you, it will be the perfect length. But if you're making your own, you want to make sure that it's a good length so that your audience doesn't get bored and you can still say what you want to say. Now on to Isabella to work through our steps.
So today what we're going to be doing for our service project is we're going to be writing thank you notes using 5 simple steps. Step 1, you're going to think about the people you want to write about. Step 2, you're going to pick a thank you note, or you're going to write your own thank you note. Step 3, you're going to find a location to film. Step 4, you're going to record yourself. And step 5, you are finally going to send it in to your teacher.
All right, now that you've figured out how to film and you know what you're doing, the next thing is to work through the 5 steps that we have provided to make the perfect thank you note video. The first step is to think about people who you want to thank. Make sure that you think about the people in your life that you are really proud of and want to let them know that you care about them. Personally, for me, I want to thank doctors and nurses and other medical staff for helping to keep us safe.
Up next is step 2, and that's to either write or pick your thank you notes. We've got 3 pre-written thank you notes for you guys, one for medical staff, one for workers, so that includes anyone who's working at a grocery store, or anyone who's still working at a restaurant, basically anyone who's still working through this crisis. And finally, we've also got one for government officials. And if you maybe didn't want to choose any of those, or if you wanted to make your own personal thank you note, we've also got an awesome template ready for you guys if you want to use that as well.
Your next step, which is step 3, is going to try to be to pick a location where you can practice reading aloud. This is important. Practice makes perfect. If you don't practice your note, you might not know what words are coming next, and it's more likely that you'll have to pause or correct yourself. Practicing reading your note a couple times in front of the camera or in front of a family member can help make sure that you know what you want to say and when you want to say it.
Up next is step 4, and that's to record yourself. Basically follow all of the instructions that Kara told you about earlier in this video, and you should be perfectly fine. I'd also say maybe do it in a space where your background's pretty neutral so no one gets distracted by the background. But other than that, as long as you're following Kara's instructions, you should be good to go.
The fifth step in this project is to send the video to your teacher. You've worked so hard on it and you have such an amazing video. Let's share with the world what you've done. So, to do this, you can log on to Canvas, Seesaw, Blooms, Flipgrid, or whatever other platform that your teacher has decided to use and send it to them. Now, we are going to show you what an example letter would be. This is our letter to medical staff and is listed in our sample documents if you want to choose to read this thank you note as well. Isabella, would you like to start?
Thanks, Kara. Dear medical staff, thank you so much for all the hard work that you do in our community. I am so grateful that you are keeping us safe and healthy. It comforts me to know that you work so hard to make Hamilton County a safe place to live.
Thank you for continuing to serve the community even though it might be dangerous for you to do so. I really appreciate everything you do for us. I hope that you are still getting to spend time with your families and take care of yourself too.
Thank you, doctors and nurses, for working with sick patients to help them feel better. Thank you for working long hours to try and keep everyone healthy during this crisis. Thank you for telling us how to keep from getting sick by staying at home and washing our hands.
It really means a lot to me when you care so much for all of the people in our community. I hope that you continue to stay happy and healthy throughout this crisis. I know that your hard work is helping this to be over soon so we can go back to doing the things that we love. Thank you so much, Kara.
Thank you so much, Isabella. Alrighty guys, and now it's your turn. We are so excited to see what you guys come up with your thank you notes. Don't forget to send them in to your teachers, and I'd like to say a big thank you to all of you guys. Bye-bye!